MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
Unbelievable. I couldn't even believe that there was 2 8s in there.
This guy right here is doing something special.
I welcome y'all to MBE. What you about to see? Box building in a different league. In this SQL scene, believe that money ain't a thing when it comes to its kings. Now that's fact, not fiction. Call 44694 48 then 18. Don't matter, you got 4 8s or 1 8 or anything between. He got what you need.
This is my crew. This is my gang. These are my kings.
Hey, MB, can you explain to me why you say you can't put 410s under the seat of a pickup truck? Because I've seen 410s under the seat of a pickup truck, MB. Well, here I am going to answer that question for you. The reason why MBE will not build you a box for 410s. I build for performance. I don't build cutout boxes. Cutout boxes are, man, they can just encapsulate the space and cut out your hole and tell you anything. I'm going to tell you the truth. And here's the reason why. Say you got an Apple phone. Go to the App Store. Just tap on the App Store icon. Type in this. Base Box Pro. You can type in Reflex or Seal. It doesn't make a difference. But I just go base Reflex. I think it's Reflex. I think this will do it. Open it up. Oh, no, that's not. Let's go back to the Apple Store because we need to get to the Shape app. So we're going to knock that back off, and we're going to type it one more time. BA Base Box Pro Seal. Hit Seal. And what we're going to do is we're just going to open this up. We're not trying to design a sealed enclosure. All we want to do is just measure the space up under the seat with certain measurements and see what the volume is. So go down to the box wizard. When you go to the box wizard, you're going to get this right here. This menu box has some shapes out there. You have a square. This kind of like an under-seat truck box as well. But this is the shape that we definitely know goes up on the seat. This line right here will be your floor. Or this could be your floor, depending on how you want it. If you wanted to tilt back, you'll make this the floor of the box. If you wanted to tilt and sit just straight up, kind of even with the seat, this would be your floor. But either way, this right here would be the back of the rear height and the back underneath your seat, and this would be the front height up under your seat. So let's just click on that. Now, it comes with dimensions. We're going to put in the external dimensions of the enclosure, which is the measurements on the outside, and it's going to tell us the net volume. Okay? So to make it simple, we're going to go external dimensions, and we're going to go imperial, which turns it from metric centimeters to inches, right? Now, look at how they say measure everything. Remind you, this is the floor of the box. This right here would be up under your seat. This would be the height in the front, and this would be the height in the rear. These are the measurements that you need, not here. This is going to be calculated for you along with the volume. So, the wood thickness needs to be 0.75. You don't want to use ½ inch. Your panels will resonate, vibrate. And if you use anything bigger than 0.75, I will show you later, you're going to have even less room up under the seat. So the first thing we want to type in is the height up under the seat. Well, the width from front to back. And that's B. From the front to the back of your seat underneath a Ford or a Chevy, it's going to be 15 inches. But remember, we can't use the entire 15 inches because we got to have a double baffle. So since the thickness of the wood is 0.75, the actual box itself will be 1.14¼ inches. That is the length up under your seat. The depth, C, is actually going to be your width. Let's take the entire width underneath the truck, which is 60 inches. Now, if you use 60 inches, I want you to understand one thing. You can't port to the side because this is from one end of the truck to the other, right up against the doors. Okay, you would have to port out to the front. And if you put out to the front, two things are going to happen. Number one, you're not going to get a low tuning because the cross-sectional area of the port must remain the same throughout the length. And if the box shape, if the port starts back here, when it turns and comes forward, as you can see, it's going to increase, which means you're not tuned. And if you put enough pieces in the wood, put enough pieces of wood inside the enclosure so that the cross-sectional area will stay consistent, you're definitely eating up more volume. But let's just look at the volume. Let's go from 60 inches, one side of the truck to the other, right? Now here, that would be the height in the front of your seat. With a 3.5 LMI seat lift, you have 12 inches height up on the seat. And in the rear, which would be this dimension, you're going to have 9. Now, mind you, if you use a 3.5 inch seat lift, you're not going to be able to seat a full-size man. You're going to have some height restrictions for using your back seat. It's no longer going to be fully functional for most men. But let's just see, if we put these dimensions in, how much volume do we have under the seat? Now, let's go back over these dimensions again so you fully understand. The wood is 3/4 inch thick, which is what any reputable box builder will use. The height from the back of the seat to the front underneath the seat is 14.25, leaving us another 0.75 to put an additional piece of wood there for a solid baffle, which will be 1.5 inches thick. You would definitely need to have that with 4 tens across the face of the box. Don't you agree? The depth, which would be the width, from one end, from the driver's side to the passenger side, would be 60 inches. That's utilizing the entire space under the seat of your truck. Right? Okay. Then the height with the LMI 3.5 inch seat lift would be 12 inches high in the front and 9 in the back. Able your seat to fold down like it was intended to do, even though you got the seat lifted up high. When you do that calculations, in order for us to get 4 cubes net, we're going to have more than 4 cubes, right? Because after you put the subs and the port in, most tins need a cube of volume. So we need to have more than 4 cubes so that when we put the sub and the port in, even though if we port the box and it's 60 inches long, then your port is right up against the door. So anything less than that is definitely going to decrease the volume. But this is just using the full space of the box. I mean, underneath the seat. 3.8 internal volume. This number is not 4, fellas. So if it's not 4, then once we put subs and port inside this shape, we're going to have less than 3.8. Right now we have 3.88. Say it again slowly. Once we put subs and port, a commensurate port with this volume, after we put the subs in, you're not going to have 4 cubes. And that, my friends, is why I say 4 tens on the seat of a truck. You just have yourself a cutout box. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. I suggest you go back to the App Store and download this box. Take the external dimensions of what you come with and put it inside this box so you can see what you have, particularly if you have a 410 box. I don't care who built it. You got you a 410 box or you got you a 6.8 box. I don't care who built it. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. If you don't have 4 cubes if you don't have greater than 4 cubes from the start, you definitely are not going to wind up with 4 cubes when you finish putting the subs and the port inside. This concludes MBE giving y'all fat 9 fixing on these truck enclosures and helping the consumers shop wisely. And as I said, I don't care who built it. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Y'all be blessed.